an old bike. Well guys, what's going on today? It's another great day here where I'm at. A little bit chilly. Ooh, a Cobra. Oh, it sounded cool too. I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but don't know if that was a kit car either. It was probably a kit car. There's not really many real Shelby Cobras out there that people still drive around. But it doesn't matter. It's cool. But that kind of thing there, you know, it's an old car, kit car somebody put together. I'm not gonna have a kit car like it's supposed to be something specific, but you know, I've got something planned in the works for a car project. I don't know. I suspect it's going to be about a year before I can really get started. So I'm not sure, but we'll see. Ropes course. I didn't even notice that the other day when I drove by here. That's kind of cool. There was nobody on it, so I didn't notice it. I don't think they had that last time I was at that park, you know, 15 years ago, something like that. Well, like that product, like the project car that I want to build, and like that Cobra there, an old car. Cars, not so much. It's not the same situation, but I bring up kind of the bike, motorcycle culture around here. And around here, it's there's basically two kinds of bikes. Get all the fun out of the way here. Go back to ammo. Basically two kind of bikes around here. There's older bikes. Well, there's three kinds, I lie, but there aren't that many big cruiser Harley Davidson kind of bikes. Harley Davidsons in general, there's only like one dealership even around here that's near here. But again, that shows you there's not that many of that type of bike around here. Like where I was moved here from, Charlotte and the Midwest and all, there's, you know, East Coast and Midwest, it's Harleys all the way, and even if you're not a Harley, you still got a big cruiser. You know, sure, there's a lot of sport bikes, but really on a day you're out on the road, the majority of the bikes you're going to see would be cruisers. Here, that's not so much the case. What we have here, there's a lot of older sport bikes, not too many people on brand new super sports. But there's a lot of Suzuki SV 650s, you know, maybe the old Kawasaki Ninjas where the engine still looked like it was air-cooled even though it wasn't. Things like that, that before everybody got really into the, you know, real leaned over, tucked positions, riding style, you know, late 80s, early 90s. There's a lot of those, and I think it's just because the cost of living here is so much more money than the Midwest or most of the East Coast. I'll say all, but most of. So the people have to buy the bikes that are a bit older. The people that I see that have the new bikes, who have enough money to buy new bikes, they also have enough money to buy BMWs and Ducatis, and so they're like the tour bike. I mean, Ducatis, I give it, you know, they don't have like a tour bike multi-strada that I rode a couple weeks back. But the people that I do see with Ducatis around here, most of them are one of the monster models or the 900, you know, the tour bike, or they are the sport bikes. I see a decent amount of those. I see a lot of BMW touring bikes, though, a lot of them. So that's kind of the split between the bike culture around here. It's anybody that can afford a new bike is buying a big, you know, BMW touring bike, or just kind of the average guy around here has an older, you know, I'm using the SV 650, or, you know, maybe the Katana, something like that, where they're not super fast and they're kind of old, but each one of them has kind of its own personal touch. The person who bought it got it cheap enough, and they have, you know, kind of modified it to somewhat have their own little style. You know, and I'm sure if anybody around here is, you know, watches this, I'm gonna leave some of you out, but that's the majority of the bikers around here. One guy I used to know in high school. I didn't really hang out with him that much, but I knew him. But he rides. I've kind of connected with him since I got back. I haven't gone out to ride with him yet, but he invited me to ride to a group. He's part of a group. The biggest problem why I haven't rode with him yet is most of the people in the group live a little further north, and kind of the time of day that they always meet is after work. But for me, I can't really get to where they're meeting, you know, in time. So and with the baby coming, you know, I got a lot of things we're trying to work up to. So I haven't gotten to go do a lot of group rides, as you know, because I haven't shown any. But I hope to. I hope to kind of get going, getting on a couple rides, and you know, I'll show you some of those videos, but meet some of those guys and again, get more involved. That's what I wanted to do by coming on here on YouTube, and that's, you know, I'm going to do that even with people. You guys all across my whole channel, I've never really had a ride. One time a long time ago I showed riding with a guy on R1, but that's about it. But he's like the only one I knew in North Carolina that had a bike. So I'm gonna do that. I'm getting home. I'm gonna cut it off real short here, but you know, that's alright. Better than my rambling vlogs, but expect more. We'll see that in the coming months. You enjoy, guys. Ride safe.